morning, everybody. I'm Shauna, and this is Ring of Light Crafts. The other day, I did a tutorial on making Christmas picks. And I had some of these little round things left over. So I thought, what can I do with those? But then I remembered I actually have a Halloween hat. I wish I had it over here to show you. It's way over there. That I have a Halloween hat that I'm working on, and I thought I can use the leftover curly cubes, as I call them, to make little candies and stuff to stick inside the hat, or to make the little round, to make these things to stick inside the hat. So with that said, I started messing around with them and decided, let's make some little candies out of them. I just stuck a couple in here to show you what they might look like. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and make a couple of those just because. And let's see what y'all think. So I'm going to bring you down. Watch your eyes. I know, huh, Grandpa? Wearing my favorite shirt today. Anyways, okay. Now I have the leftovers here, but I want to show you from the very beginning how I got to this. And since I also decided I want to do some Christmas ones for a Christmas wreath I'm currently working on, actually, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to make a couple for the Christmas wreath. And we're going to use red and silver. Now what you do, just like with the other picks, is you put them together. You take one end, twist it around the other, and then let's just fold them down. Get those sharp edges out of your way. And then once again, you're just going to roll. Whoops. And just get it started. Now, you got a little place to hang on to. So now you're just going to twist them. Let me turn it this way. I'm right-handed. So now you're just going to twist them, okay? And get it to go all the way down. Here we go. And we just keep twisting them all the way down to the bottom. It doesn't matter how big or how little they are, or anything like that. We're just going to keep twisting it. You hear the itching? That's my dog. He went outside and he is allergic to grass. Poor baby. Takes medicine all the time, but they don't help him. Have to find something new. Okay. And we get it to twist. Okay. So now we got it to look like this. Our next step is either side. Doesn't really matter, but since we started to twirl it here, I'm going to go ahead and work here. We're just going to twirl it nice and tight, as tight as you can get it without killing your hands. Now, if you want it, you can add a tad, a very little bit of glue on the edge here so that you can just make sure it stays there. What I like to do in a case like this, just get the glue started on the glue gun, take off the excess, and then just put a little tiny glue right through there. And we're just going to twist it. You cannot go outside and play, especially in traffic, so go lay down. He wants to go outside and play outside in front. Can't do that. So anyways, we're just going to keep twisting. My grandpa takes the doggies outside in the backyard to play. And go ahead and add some more glue. Oops. And that's why I usually mop it off, because I just get too much. More glue, and then once again, just go ahead and keep twisting it. Now I know this is very similar to the other one we did, because it's the exact same concept, but it has a different result. So just go ahead and get it to twist. Maybe add a little more glue. I wish I had the smaller glue gun. Okay, good enough. Nobody will see it. So we're just going to go ahead and finish wrapping it around and getting it to stay where we want it to stay. So basically, you're making it into definitely a round circle tiny bit of glue on this side here. Oops, did any come out? And just hold that down. Now just holding it down to make it stay for a few seconds here. And our next step is, so what you will need for this, I'm so sorry, I forgot to tell you to begin with. You will need Dollar Tree pipe cleaners or any pipe cleaners you got, any color you want. You need tulle, which I just happen to have. And you can find tulle at the Dollar Tree if you're lucky. I'm not saying it's always there, but I've seen it. And I don't remember where exactly it was that I seen it. I was really shocked to see it. But it was an odd day, I guess. Okay, so now we got this perfectly round circle. So our next step is take your scissors and just cut a piece of this off. Not too big. I'm not even measuring it. Just kind of do it by eye. Tulle, in case you never used it, is very thin like netting. Whoops. Sorry about that, folks. Move this out of the way. So now you can see it's just very thin. It's see-through. My lines aren't perfect, but I don't care because we're going to fix that in a few seconds here. So next step is take your candy that you just made. Make sure it's the way you want it to look. Lay it in the center of that. I wish I had something dark under this so you can see it better. Let me see if this will work. Let's put an old pad, a drawing pencil notepad down here. And just put him right there. Now the first step is to kind of fold one over and see how extra big it may be, so you have an idea of what you may want to cut off. In this case, I am going to trim this side just a wee bit, make it a little straighter, and though you won't ever see it, but I know my head is there. Then we're going to go ahead and clean up this side. Okay. And now we got our little netting here, and a little round pipe cleaner, if you will. So a little candy, put it right there. Fold it over on one side. And I think what I would do is put a tiny bit of glue, so insignificant amount that you can't even realize it's there, but it will be enough there to catch the little hairs. Hopefully I did it right. And then you push it to as far as you can to the end, so it's a little snug. And then you measure your other side. Okay, just going to add a tiny bit of glue. Let me get my glue gun and get some glue on the end of it. What I'm doing is I just want it on the end of my glue gun, because I really don't want the glue itself, the big parts coming out, the big droplets. We're just going to do it like that. And my grandpa was yelling at my dog, trying to eat something he shouldn't have again. That silly dog, right? So there we go. Now we got it attached just enough so we can work with it. If it comes unattached after you started working with it, it's okay. Because our next step is what's really going to hold it. Now, there's two different ways you can do it. Let's just start this side. Go ahead and twist it. So you got it started here. And here is where you're going to do one or two things. You're going to put a bow or a little tab of glue if you want there, and then your bow, however you want to do it. But what I'm going to do is, because I just want to make sure it stays and I don't want to have to do it twice, is we're going to go ahead and, take another pipe cleaner. We're just going to, almost like we're taking like a rubber, not a rubber band vise, but like a stapler. And I just lost the whole thing. My hands do not want to work for me today at all. And we're just going to put it right here. We'll adjust it. And get it to stay. I'm just going to twist it maybe once or twice. This is just going to hold it. I found out this is easier because I do have nerve damage in my hands, which really sucks. So I'm just going to make that hold that for me. And get my other side here. Okay. Come on up there. There we go. Okay, and find that little piece. You get that scoop back in there. It decided it didn't want to stay. Come on. Get back there. I know it's probably hard for you to see, but it came away from my edge there, so we're just going to push it right back in there. I'm going to hold on my edges again. They did come unglued, but I expected that. Now we're going to go ahead and take the other side and twist. And now I can get a hold of it and just twist it nice and tight. Tight as you can. So far it's looking pretty good. Now let's go ahead and get the other side locked here. Now you can put a little tab of glue there if you want. But I just thought this was so much easier. That way you got like what you would call a stapler. And what I would call a stapler anyway. And then you just cut off that excess. If it will cut for me. Probably just pulled the whole thing out, I think, actually. But anyways, you get the idea. Now it's holding it for me. Get my little edges there. And you can cut the size to any length you want to make it more for your project. I'm just going to trim a little off and kind of fluff them together. So there we go. We got this little guy started. Now, if you want, you take your little ribbon and instead of trying to tie it around it, because like I said, I do have the problem with my hands, I'm just going to go ahead and make a knot in my ribbon. Nice and tug. And then I'm going to add some glue. Let me get my glue gun started here. A little tad of glue. And it fell right on my hand. That wasn't brilliant. And I'm just going to make my little bows this way, because it's just a lot easier for me. Little knot and then loop it over. Just like you would if you're just making some kind of little tiny thing. You need a little teeny tiny doll. Just a little dot here. That's probably too much, but that's all right. And then go ahead, bring it up just a little. When I brought it up just a little, just so that I can have this little tiny loop showing, okay? And then we're just going to go ahead and that side is going that way. We'll just make this side go out like this, if I can see what I'm doing. There we go. Now we got our little tiny bow. Go ahead. Just make it go like that. And now what we're going to do with our little bow, there is other ways to do these bows that are a lot easier, guys. It's just not easier for me. So whichever way you're comfortable with, that's the way you want to do it, okay? So now, right where I put my little, what I'm calling a little stapler, I'm just going to put that right there. And now I got my little bow. You can adjust it once it's dried, any way you want it. Open up your little bows. Just using scissors, my fingers are too big. There we go. We'll adjust that later once it dries a little more. And now we'll make our other side. Once again, I'm just going to tie a knot. If you can slip them on, that's awesome, but I'm not even going to try it. I know my limitation with my hands. So we're just going to go ahead and do that. A little tiny bit of glue. Came out a little more than I expected, but that's all right. And we're just going to flip it over. We can adjust it the way we want it. Then we got one little loop. Then we're going to add a tad little drop here. I am using a hot glue gun, guys. I'm sure you guys, bring it over here. I'm sure you can use it with Elmo glue or whatever kind you got. And get that part to stay down. Oops, I had a little too much glue. But there we go. Let me hold that down. Okay, got the glue on my hands more than anything, the little spider webs. Okay, now what we're going to do is go ahead, take it off my finger, and not glue it on my finger like I was about to. Add a little drop in it back. If I had a smaller glue gun, the dots would be a lot smaller, which would have been better. But that's all right. And we're just going to add a little bow here. And there we go. And you can adjust your ribbons before they dry. And just kind of move it a little, cut your little ties here, little stems. And here's one of our little candies. Now, the way I'm going to hook these onto something is, let me find my little, I had it right here. Well, oh, it's right in front of my eyes. No, not that. Well, I was just playing around with stuff, so don't pay attention to that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of these sticks. I will paint the sticks because I'm going to do like one candy on each stick and a thinner stick. I just happen to have this one handy. So I'm going to take one little candy and a thinner stick and paint this to match the candy. I'm not going to don't use these, just paint it with anything, acrylic, gosh, fingernail polish, put your glitter on it. I have gold glitter, so I'll probably put the gold glitter going down the stem. That will help hide some of the stem. And then I would just stick that part right into whatever I'm making, whether it's a wreath or a hat that I'm making, anything like that. The other thing you can do is right here with this one here, is I attach a tie, a pipe cleaner, and then a candy to that side. And then I have the other side here, which I'm just going to go ahead and loop this over. All I did was loop it. And we're just going to pull this up to the side here. And back down one more time and up. I was just playing around to see how to make them stick. And I'll go ahead and bring that way. Push it together just a little. And all that is doing is giving me another stem. And I can just use a hot glue gun and glue this one right here. So we're going to do that just to show you guys. Oops. I'll just put it right here on this Chanel stem. Probably got too much glue, but that's all right. I'm just showing you anyways. And we're just going to put it right there. So now I got like two candies. A little too close together on my book. But we got our two candies hooked to our stem. You can add them all the way down. You can do them individually, which is what I'm actually going to do. So I would just use the one. And that just, whoops, it didn't stay. Stay there. That's just to give you an idea of what you can make, how to make them, and what you can use them for. Now I said we're going to do two because we're going to do this one. Now this is for my Halloween one. Grandpa, on this table under, oh, it's right here. Thank you. Anyways, I found it. My black ribbon. It's kind of too big. Anyways, we're going to go ahead. I'm going to, instead of throwing these out or setting them aside, we're just going to make them a little tighter. These were from the other day. We're going to add a little bit of glue to kind of hold it down just a wee bit. And hopefully it will stay. I got way too much glue there. Okay. And get that to stay. I really like this color, the black and purple. Two of my favorite colors. And put some here. Get this just to get it to stay down. The dog is so loud. Anyways, we'll just hold that for a second. It doesn't want to stay. Okay. Also, guys, just a little heads up. These little things, this was in my daughter's birthday cupcakes. Hang on to these little things. Don't throw them out. Be surprised what you can use them for. So once they're sterilized, of course, they'll be making an awesome little, maybe even little pick. So now we got this guy going. Let's go ahead and let's do the exact same thing we did on the other one. Yes, Samson, they say hello. Samson says hello. He's the oldest living bird I've ever had. He is about, 15 years old. It's unreal. He's a gift from my mom to my daughter, and before she passed. So anyways, go ahead and put this here. I am going to go ahead and add just a wee bit more glue. I don't really want the glue to show, but since it's going to be in the back, it's not going to matter. And we're just going to make it hold this time. You don't have to add the glue, but like I said, because of my hands, it's kind of a necessary evil for me. And let's just trim this up. And go ahead and bring it back down. Oh, I guess I could have cut it more. So we can still do that. Just trim it up if you think it's a little too long. Samson's going to start singing for us. Such a good little birdie. Still can't believe he's alive though. I've never had a bird that old. And he's healthy, so it's unreal. Healthy as an ox, as my mama would always say. So once again, we're going to go ahead and twist. We're going to do it the opposite way so that stays down. Twist it. And then you got your little thing here. Of course, you could have put that at the end if you want, but it's okay. And since I'm out of purple, do I have black? I do have black. We have a black one here. Okay, here we go. I'm going to use the black to make my little tie to hold it for me. And just fold that down. And we'll just twist this. And then we'll just cut this right off. And if you want it, guys, you don't have to add a ribbon there. You can actually just leave that as your little holding, as your little tie if you wished. And just make sure he's scooted in there all the way. And we'll go ahead again, grab the other end, and we'll twist it. And then we're just going to add this little guy here. I'm glad that this came to mind because I hate to waste anything. Oops, all these little pieces. I got to keep track of them. My puppy don't find them. There we go. Get that to twist. Let's just cut this right off. Okay, thank you. There we go. Now I got something to help support it so my hands don't kill me. And the next step, I think, you don't have to be your next step, guys, but I do it as my next one. I'm just going to trim my little sides just a little because I don't want it quite that long. I like them when they're nice and full, but they don't have to be that long. Just trim it off a little, as straight as you can, so it looks more like a little candy. There you go. And now, I really think my ribbon's too thick compared to the other one. So we're not going to add the ribbon because it's just too big. But here's our little Halloween one. You know what? I would go ahead, add a little glue here just so I can hold it up. Show you guys what this one will look like. This will be going in my hat. Oh, and here we go. So I'm going to go ahead and raise you guys right up here. Watch your eyes. And hello. So once again, there's your little candies. You can add little, whatever you want on them. Little ribbons. We'll just keep the little locks, if you will, and make them into anything. I don't like these two. I'm going to take those off. And this wasn't attached. I just put that there just to hold it up for a second so you guys can see what it looks like. I don't have any more of my sticks available. Just wanted to show you guys what they will look like on a, pretend this is a stick. You just stick them right inside your decorations. And then you got like this one here. So I think these are pretty cool. I think they're pretty cool. You make them into anything. You can tell I was just playing around doing all kind of designs here. And what this would do is, here's one of my hats. So these will be made into like, that was sticking to like the hat. This one actually has Halloween stuff in it, but this is actually going to be a Christmas hat here. So just kind of something fun, something different. And just however you want to do it. Or if you decide a Halloween hat, turn this black. Here you go. Just add these little candies wherever you want them. Just something to give it something different. You can also just add your little curly cubes, however you want them. So let me set that out of the way. So now we learned how to do 2 different types of picks within the last few days. This one's still pretty heavy. It's because it has that extra glue on it. I want extra glue. So anyways, curly cubes can be made into your little candies. So pretty cool, huh? I like them. And I hope you did too. So I hope that this helps you out just a little bit. And perhaps we can figure out something else to do. I have a few more tutorials coming up, you guys, so keep your eyes open if you will. Oh, hi, Buckeye. I didn't see you there. Oh, thank you, Buckeye. So when they come up, keep your eye open because we're all going to be making some more picks. We're going to be making some candies out of stuff you throw away. So we're going to have fun with this. So save all of your inside of your tubings, and that'll be our next adventure. So as always, you guys, I hope you have a wonderful, blessed day and be blessed.